was really Riley's deep dark secret? Is it just a secret, or is it something much bigger than we can imagine? This time, my friends, we'll explore the identity and true origin of this new character introduced in Inside Out 2. But don't worry, if you haven't seen the movie yet, there's not gonna be any spoilers in this video. So if you'd like to see more content of your favorite movies and animated series, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. But before we start, there's just one important thing to mention. To explain Riley's deep dark secret is not gonna be easy at all. We only had a few appearances of this character throughout the movie. To be exact, we just had 2. The first time we meet him and at the end of the movie. We were told that this deep dark secret was completely repressed by Riley, just like her video game crush Lance and her favorite TV character, Bluefy. And this tells us one very important thing. Riley knows this secret exists. But what is it about? What is it hiding? And why does no one know its true meaning? If you stayed for the post-credits scene, you might remember that this secret reveals its meaning, or the deep dark secret, to Joy, which is that Riley made a hole in the carpet. What? Did they try to imply that Riley secretly smoked a cigarette? Or maybe she didn't do it, but accidentally dropped her ex-boyfriend's cigarette on the carpet. This, my friends, could be the answer. But if you thought this was the meaning of the deep dark secret, you're very wrong, my friend. This answer is highly unlikely to be the real meaning, because if we remember, the emotions have to be awake when Riley is awake. We saw this in both movies, so if Riley really burnt a hole in the carpet, Joy would have already known. Besides, it's unlikely that Riley ever got close to a cigarette. Just think about it. Her parents always raised her very well with great examples. She didn't even have bad examples from her friends. Come on, not even Valentina or the Firehawks seem to have bad habits. Riley's entire social circle seems to be very healthy. Therefore, what really happened in the post-credits scene is that the deep dark secret was about to confess the truth to Joy, but at the last moment it changed its mind and opted to make up something else, the hole in the carpet. But this leads us to another possible theory. What if, in reality, all the emotions did experience this deep dark secret that Riley has while she was awake? But because it was so embarrassing, they simply threw it in the mental dump immediately. As we can remember, the emotions didn't realize how many memories they had thrown away to the mental dump. This so that Riley wouldn't remember them often and feel uncomfortable. It could be that this memory was so strong that it evolved and became the deep dark secret we see in the movie, with arms, legs, and being able to talk. It sounds possible, but it has a weak point. When the emotions looked back at all those memories they threw away, they seemed very sure of remembering what happened in each one. A deep dark secret would definitely be remembered by at least one of the emotions, which leads us to believe that in the next Inside Out movie, we'll get to see the secrets. Riley's mind is too big. In fact, the more she grows and gets older, the more it expands. She has Imagination Land, the Pillow Fort, and the Crush Mountain. Anyway, there may be some unexplored place where the secrets reside. Maybe it's something so complicated that the emotions don't understand it. Maybe they're created in a very distant and dark place. This would explain why the deep dark secret feels so safe being alone and locked up in the dark. Maybe the other secrets are average sized, like the emotions for example, while this deep dark secret had to be something so big that Riley didn't want anyone to know, so she repressed it. But what is it that Riley wanted to hide from everyone, even herself? We've seen that smoking, or that supposed burnt hole in the carpet, wasn't true. So what is it? Well, the most absurd answer we can find on the internet, which actually we're all tired of seeing, is that Riley became bisexual after meeting Valentina. Oh god, not again. I mean, we saw she adored her so much she even knew her favorite color. And I'll be honest, I did get those vibes from Riley while watching the movie. But when you recap what actually happened, you realize it's not the case at all. Even it was thought that Valentina's face appeared on the Crush Mountain, but then it was revealed to be the video game character Lance. So I really don't think Disney wants to ruin the movie with their inclusive stuff this time. Maybe with Inside Out 2 they'll realize the mistake they made with that weird face in their movies. So let's completely rule out the idea that Riley is in love with Valentina. Besides, we can confirm this because it seems that the deep dark secret had been there for a long time repressed with Lance and Bluefy, and Riley had only recently met Valentina. So the secret had to be something that went unnoticed by everyone, something that wasn't very obvious. Well, let's go back to a point we were discussing at the beginning of the video. The emotions had to be awake to know the meaning of this deep dark secret. So, did Riley have this deep dark secret while she was asleep? Was it something she dreamed? Possibly, because in Inside Out, we've never been given hints about what Riley dreams. They only showed a bit of the ideas that anxiety tried to plant to keep her from sleeping. But exactly, she wasn't asleep. So, it could be that in the next movie, they'll show us where Riley's dreams are managed, and how one of these dreams created the deep dark secret, and no one else realized it happened, because they were asleep. Another possible answer we have is that Riley may have thought of something while living her daily life. The emotions cannot hear all of Riley's thought all the time. Just imagine, they'd get tired of listening to her every moment. They only hear the most important things, the ones that shape Riley's personality. And that's the biggest problem here. It could have been anything, something Riley thought or was aware of, but only she knows. Her emotions don't, but she does. It could have been that she really hates how her friend's hair looks, that she once farted in class badly and no one knew it was her, or maybe she's still in love with her ex-boyfriend. And any of these ideas make her cringe, so she simply repressed them. Honestly, friends, we have no idea what this deep dark secret could be, which is great, because it keeps us intrigued about what will happen in Inside Out 3. Maybe that's the real meaning of this secret. They put it there to keep us intrigued and excited for the next Inside Out movie. Or maybe it was there since the first movie and no one noticed. Anyway, I'd like to know your opinion, friends. What theories do you have about Riley's deep dark secret? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like and share the video and subscribe for more. Thanks for watching!